Zhang Yi's story begins with his brutal death at the hands of his neighbors in a post-apocalyptic world. He is trampled and beaten to death, with his former friend and goddess, Fang Yuqing, standing by and watching as he is killed. As he lay dying, Zhang Yi feels a deep sense of regret and hatred towards those who wronged him, and he wishes he could start over and live a different life. Miraculously, Zhang Yi finds himself reborn, waking up in his own home, a month before the apocalypse that led to his death. He is filled with a sense of relief and determination, vowing to survive the impending disaster and exact revenge on those who killed him. Zhang Yi soon discovers that he has been given a special gift, a vast, white, alternate dimension that he can use to store objects. He begins to experiment with this new ability, learning that he can store a wide variety of items, from small objects like teacups to large appliances like refrigerators. With this newfound power, Zhang Yi forms a bold plan to empty the Walmart South China warehouse, where he works as a supervisor, and stockpile the supplies in his personal space. He knows that this will give him a significant advantage in the post-apocalyptic world, allowing him to live a comfortable life and protect himself from harm. As Zhang Yi explores his new ability, he begins to think about the practical applications of his power. He realizes that he can use his alternate dimension to store a massive amount of resources, which will be essential for surviving the apocalypse. He also starts to think about the rules and limitations of his ability, noting that some objects are difficult to store, such as floorboards that are attached to the ground. Despite these limitations, Zhang Yi is excited about the possibilities that his new power offers, and he begins to make plans to use it to his advantage. With his newfound determination and ability, Zhang Yi sets out to prepare for the apocalypse, knowing that he will face many challenges and dangers in the coming days. Zhang Yi's plan to empty the Walmart warehouse is a key part of his strategy for survival. He knows that the warehouse is a treasure trove of supplies, with a wide variety of goods that will be essential for living in a post-apocalyptic world. He also knows that he has the knowledge and expertise to navigate the warehouse and stockpile the supplies in his personal space. With this plan in place, Zhang Yi feels a sense of confidence and determination, knowing that he has the tools and resources he needs to survive the apocalypse. As he prepares to put his plan into action, Zhang Yi takes a moment to enjoy the simple pleasures in life, deciding to treat himself to a nice meal at a high-end restaurant. He knows that the apocalypse is coming, and he wants to make the most of the time he has left before the world changes forever. As Zhang Yi looks to the future, he is filled with a sense of hope and determination. He knows that the road ahead will be difficult, but he is ready to face the challenges that come his way. With his new ability and his plan to stockpile supplies, Zhang Yi feels a sense of confidence and preparedness, knowing that he has the tools and resources he needs to survive the apocalypse. He is determined to make the most of his second chance, and to live a life that is free from the regrets and mistakes of his past. With a newfound sense of purpose and direction, Zhang Yi sets out to face the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world, ready to do whatever it takes to survive and thrive. As the chapter comes to a close, Zhang Yi is filled with a sense of anticipation and excitement, knowing that the future holds many challenges and opportunities. He is ready to face whatever comes his way, using his newfound ability and his determination to survive and thrive in a world that is on the brink of disaster. With his plan in place and his spirit renewed, Zhang Yi is ready to take on the apocalypse, and to make the most of his second chance at life. Zhang Yi stepped out of his house and into a peaceful scene, but he knew that in a month, the apocalypse would bring an end to all of this. He decided to celebrate his rebirth by treating himself to a meal at a Michelin 3-star restaurant, where he ordered the most expensive dishes and a bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild. As he ate, he was overcome with emotion, remembering the 6 months of the icy apocalypse he had endured. Meanwhile, Fang Yuqing, the woman who had killed Zhang Yi in his past life, and her friend Lin Caning walked by the restaurant, noticing Zhang Yi inside and speculating about his wealth. They decided to wait outside, pretending to bump into him by chance, in order to gauge his interest in Fang Yuqing. As Zhang Yi finished his meal and left the restaurant, he was greeted by Fang Yuqing and Lin Caning, who feigned surprise at running into him. Zhang Yi, however, was not fooled, and his gaze turned cold as he remembered the tragic demise Fang Yuqing had caused him in his past life. He considered killing her, but decided against it, choosing instead to let her experience the despair of the apocalypse before tormenting her to death. With his intentions in mind, Zhang Yi prioritized building a safe shelter to survive the apocalypse, using his memories from before his rebirth to prepare. The encounter between Zhang Yi and Fang Yuqing was tense, with Zhang Yi's gaze filled with naked killing intent. Fang Yuqing, sensing the chill in his gaze, nervously asked if everything was okay, but Zhang Yi quickly averted his gaze and brushed it off, saying he had mistaken her for someone else. Despite his calm demeanor, Zhang Yi's thoughts were consumed by his desire for revenge against Fang Yuqing, and he was determined to make her suffer in the apocalypse. As he walked away from the restaurant, Zhang Yi's focus shifted to preparing for the impending disaster, using his knowledge and experience to build a safe haven. Zhang Yi's decision to spare Fang Yuqing's life, at least for the time being, was motivated by his desire to make her experience the full horror of the apocalypse. He wanted her to suffer, to feel the desperation and despair that he had endured, before ultimately meeting her demise. With this goal in mind, Zhang Yi set his sights on preparing for the apocalypse, using his knowledge of the impending disaster to his advantage. He planned to visit a nearby supermarket to test the storage capacity of his alternate dimension, a crucial step in his preparations for the coming catastrophe. As Zhang Yi walked away from the restaurant, he was filled with a sense of determination and purpose. He knew that the apocalypse was looming, and he was ready to face it head-on. With his memories from before his rebirth guiding him, Zhang Yi was confident in his ability to survive the disaster and exact his revenge on Fang Yuqing. The stage was set for a dramatic and intense confrontation, as Zhang Yi navigated the treacherous landscape of the apocalypse, driven by his desire for revenge and his determination to survive. Zhang Yi walked out of the Michelin 3-star restaurant with a frosty stare, his mind already turning the encounter into a weapon. Fang Yuqing and Lin Kaining, having mistaken him for a hidden wealthy heir, trailed him with bright smiles and tentative touches, their curiosity fueled by the belief that his temper was merely a sign of privilege. When he announced his destination, the nearby supermarket, their enthusiasm surged, and they followed, each pushing a cart as if they were escorting a benefactor rather than a stranger. Inside the bright aisles, Zhang Yi became a whirlwind of purpose. He filled one cart with massive quantities of sausages, instant noodles, self-heating hot pots, and seasonings, another with fresh beef, mutton, and assorted canned goods, and a third with fruits, vegetables, and even live fish. The sheer volume left Fang and Lin speechless, their earlier flirtations replaced by bewildered whispers about camping and wealth. Zhang Yi's cold reply, "Anything can happen. What if the world ends one day?" "I'm stocking up," revealed his true motive, to amass supplies for the impending apocalypse and to use the free labor of his unwitting companions as a means of revenge against Fang Yuqing and the neighbors who had once killed him. The conversation turned to dinner, with Fang pressing for a promise of a future 3-star meal and Lin laughing nervously to cover a slip about his salary. Zhang Yi accepted the invitation with a thin smile, postponing the feast to the following month while subtly reminding them that his purchases, worth over 10,000 yuan, would become priceless when civilization collapsed. He mused silently about hiring a security firm to reinforce his 120 square meter apartment or, failing that, retreating to a remote wilderness to carve an underground shelter. The idea of letting Fang discover his stockpile and then beg for aid sparked a twisted pleasure, a plan to invert the power dynamic that had once left him powerless. With the carts brimming, Zhang Yi ordered the two women to push the heavy loads back to his neighborhood, exploiting their fatigue with the promise of a lavish dinner. As they trudged through the icy streets, his smile deepened, the weight of the supplies mirrored the weight of his scheming. He imagined the neighbors' fury when they realized his safe house could withstand any assault, and he relished the thought of turning their aggression into his advantage. The chapter closed on the trio's laborious return, the carts creaking under the burden of a future that Zhang Yi was determined to survive on his own terms.